Welcome, chosen ones, children of Almighty God. Today we dive into a message of inspiration and revelation, a message that reminds us of the loving provision and protection God gives us through His angels. Have you ever felt like you were being watched over, guided, or helped in some way that cannot be understood? Perhaps you have encountered something beyond yourself, something divine. The Bible tells us of countless angel visions, stories of guidance, protection, and God's unfailing love. Angels, as God's messengers, are sent to serve us, remind us of God's unwavering care, and bring a glimpse of heaven into our daily lives. Join me as we explore signs that may reveal the presence of angels in your life. Open your heart and perhaps you too can catch a glimpse of heaven touching earth. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting content. Let's get started. Feathers appearing in unusual places. Imagine walking through your day, immersed in your usual routine, when something unexpected catches your eye. A feather resting gently on your desk, lying in the corner of a room, or even appearing on a busy street where no bird seems to have passed. At first glance, it might seem like just a coincidence, but for many, especially those attuned to spiritual signs, such moments carry profound significance. Feathers, particularly white ones, are often seen as tangible reminders of the unseen, small but powerful signs of angelic presence and divine love. The appearance of a feather in an unusual place can feel like a whisper from heaven, a message meant just for you. Angels, according to many spiritual traditions, are God's messengers, constantly working behind the scenes to guide, protect, and comfort us. But because they operate in a spiritual realm beyond our physical senses, their signs often come in subtle forms, like a feather, soft and unassuming, yet undeniably significant. When such a moment happens, it's as though the heavens are reaching out, reminding you that you are not alone. Why feathers? Across cultures and religions, feathers have long been associated with divinity, peace, and the presence of the spiritual. In Christianity, feathers often symbolize the purity and lightness of heaven. The Bible, too, speaks of God's protection using the imagery of feathers, as in Psalm 91, verse 4. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. Feathers remind us of this promise of care and shelter, a gentle nudge to trust in God's love and the work of His angels. White feathers, in particular, are deeply symbolic. The color white is universally associated with purity, peace, and divine light. When a white feather appears in your path, it can be interpreted as a sign of reassurance. Perhaps you've been carrying a burden, facing a decision, or simply feeling unsure of your path. That feather is a message, a reminder that you are watched over, guided, and deeply loved by God. It's as if an angel is gently saying, "Take heart. You are not alone. God's love surrounds you." Sometimes, the timing of a feather's appearance is what makes it truly remarkable. Perhaps you've been praying for a sign, seeking guidance, or wrestling with a heavy heart. Then, out of nowhere, a feather appears, and something within you stirs. A sense of peace, a reassurance that your prayers have been heard. Such moments can feel miraculous, not because the feather itself is extraordinary, but because of the comfort and connection it brings. If you've ever found yourself in such a moment, pause and reflect. Consider where you are, what you've been feeling, and what message might be present in that small, delicate sign. You don't need to overanalyze. Instead, let your heart guide you. Feathers are gentle reminders to trust the divine, to believe that even in life's busiest or hardest moments, God's angels are near, walking with you every step of the way. So the next time you encounter a feather in an unusual place, don't dismiss it. Take it as a quiet gift, a token of peace and love from above. It's a reminder that in this vast and complex world you are seen, cherished, and never truly alone. Sudden, unexplained changes in temperature. Have you ever found yourself in a moment of stillness when, without warning, the air around you seems to shift? Perhaps a sudden warmth washes over you, as though an invisible blanket of comfort has been wrapped around you. Or maybe a cool breeze brushes past, even in a place where no breeze should exist. These changes in temperature, though subtle, can feel extraordinary, as if they carry a message from something beyond the ordinary. Many believe such moments signify the presence of angels, God's messengers, offering reassurance, protection, and love. Angels operate in the spiritual realm, a space beyond what we can see with our eyes or touch with our hands. Because they are not bound by the physical limitations of our world, their presence is often felt rather than seen. One of the ways they make themselves known is through sensations, particularly sudden and unexplained changes in temperature. These moments aren't random. They often occur when we most need a reminder that we are not alone, whether in times of deep reflection, prayer, or distress. When you feel a sudden warmth in such moments, it's as if an angel is drawing close to comfort you. This warmth doesn't come from a heater or the sun, but from within, a sensation that fills your heart and soul with peace. It's a gentle embrace from the divine, a reminder that you are deeply loved and cared for. For those who have experienced it, this warmth often brings with it a sense of calm and clarity, as though the burdens weighing on your spirit have been momentarily lifted. On the other hand, a sudden coolness or breeze can also signal the presence of angels. Imagine sitting in a quiet room, and out of nowhere, a gentle, refreshing chill brushes past your skin. It's not the discomfort of cold, but rather a soothing sensation, almost as if someone is watching over you, guarding and protecting you from harm. These moments of coolness can feel like a protective shield, a quiet but powerful reminder that you are safe in God's care. These changes in temperature are often most noticeable during times of emotional intensity, when you are praying deeply, seeking guidance, or wrestling with doubts and fears. Angels, as God's messengers, are always close, but in these moments, they may choose to make their presence more tangible. A sudden shift in the air can feel like their way of saying, "We're here, God hears you, you are never alone." It's important to note that these sensations don't need to be dramatic to be meaningful. They are gentle and personal, tailored to what you need at that exact moment. If you've ever experienced such a change in temperature, take it as an invitation to pause and reflect. Think about what you were feeling or praying for at that moment. Was it a reassurance you needed? A sign of protection? Often, the answer becomes clear as you tune into your heart and the subtle workings of the divine. These temperature shifts are not just physical sensations, they are spiritual experiences that touch the soul. They remind us that we live in a world infused with God's love, where angels walk among us, unseen but always present. So the next time you feel an unexpected warmth or coolness, embrace it as a quiet message from heaven. It's a sign that no matter what you're facing, you are held in the loving care of the Almighty, surrounded by His angels. Unfamiliar, yet pleasant sense. Have you ever been going about your day, lost in thought, when a beautiful scent seems to fill the air? It might be the delicate fragrance of flowers, the crisp aroma of fresh air, or a sweet, comforting smell you can't quite identify. You pause, looking around for its source, but there's nothing there. No blooming garden, no nearby candle, no earthly explanation. In moments like these, many believe you've encountered a subtle yet profound sign of angelic presence. Angels, as messengers of the divine, often communicate with us in ways that go beyond words or physical appearances. They move in the spiritual realm, touching our senses to remind us of their presence and God's unwavering care. A sudden, pleasant scent with no discernible source is one of their gentlest and most mysterious ways of reaching out. It's a sign that heaven is near, offering comfort, reassurance, and a sense of peace. The significance of these fragrances lies not just in their beauty, but in the way they resonate deeply within us. When we experience an angelic scent, it often feels as though the air itself has been transformed, carrying with it a tangible sense of love and tranquility. It's not just a smell, it's an experience that touches the soul, awakening feelings of warmth, safety, and connection. These moments are often deeply personal, occurring when we most need encouragement or a reminder that we are not alone. Many who have experienced these scents describe them as otherworldly, unlike anything they've encountered before. The scent might be floral, like roses or lilies, symbolizing purity and divine love. In Christian tradition, for example, the scent of roses is often associated with the Virgin Mary or the presence of angels. Other times, the scent might be sweet and comforting, like vanilla or honey, evoking feelings of nurture and protection. Sometimes it's a clean, fresh smell, like a breeze after rain, symbolizing renewal and peace. These scents often appear during moments of prayer, reflection, or even in times of sadness or uncertainty. Imagine sitting quietly, pouring your heart out in prayer, when suddenly you're surrounded by a fragrance that seems to carry a message of hope and reassurance. It's as if an angel is gently saying, "We hear you. God's love is with you." In these moments, the fragrance becomes a sacred gift, a reminder of the connection between heaven and earth. The timing of these experiences is rarely coincidental. They often come when we are seeking answers, feeling weighed down, or longing for a sense of closeness to the divine. The scent acts as a quiet reminder that God's presence is all around us, even when we can't see it with our eyes. It's a call to pause, breathe deeply, and feel the love and support that is always available to us. If you ever encounter such a scent, embrace it as a moment of grace. Let it remind you of the spiritual world that exists alongside our own, a realm filled with God's light, love, and the tireless work of His angels. It's a reminder that no matter where we are or what we face, we are never truly alone. Heaven is closer than we think, and sometimes it makes itself known in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. Seeing repeated number sequences. Have you ever found yourself looking at the clock at exactly 11:11, noticing a license plate with 222, or repeatedly encountering the same numbers in unexpected places? At first it might seem like a coincidence, but over time, the patterns can feel too intentional to ignore. These recurring number sequences, often referred to as angel numbers, are believed by many to be a way that angels communicate with us, sending us messages of encouragement, guidance, and love. Angel numbers are more than just random repetitions. They are spiritual signals designed to catch our attention. Angels, as messengers of God, operate in a realm beyond the physical. Since they cannot always communicate with us directly, they use subtle, symbolic means to deliver their messages, and numbers, with their universal language and inherent order, are one of their favorite tools. When you begin noticing these sequences, it's as though the angels are tapping you on the shoulder, gently inviting you to pay attention to the divine whispers guiding your life. Each number sequence carries its own unique meaning, often rooted in spirituality and faith. For example, the number 111 is frequently associated with new beginnings, manifestation, and alignment with divine purpose. It's a sign that you're on the right path and that your thoughts and intentions are powerfully connected to the outcomes unfolding in your life. Seeing 222, on the other hand, is a reminder of balance, harmony, and trust. It encourages patience and faith, affirming that everything is working together for good, even if the results are not immediately visible. The number 777 is another powerful sequence often linked to spiritual growth and divine blessings. When you see 777, it's a reassurance that you are walking in alignment with God's plan for you, and it may signal a time of spiritual awakening or deeper understanding. It's as though the angels are celebrating your progress, reminding you that you are loved and supported every step of the way. The beauty of angel numbers is that they appear when we need them most. They might show up during a period of uncertainty, encouraging you to trust the process and lean into faith. Or they might come as a nudge to focus on positivity, redirecting your energy toward gratitude and hope. These numbers often bring with them a sense of comfort and reassurance, as if the angels are reminding you, we're here. God's plan for you is unfolding perfectly. When you start noticing angel numbers, it's important to take a moment to reflect. What were you thinking or feeling when the number appeared? Were you praying, worrying about a decision, or seeking guidance? These moments of alignment are not random. They are invitations to connect more deeply with God and to trust that His angels are guiding you. Angel numbers are not meant to predict the future or dictate your actions. Instead, they are loving reminders of God's presence and the unseen support surrounding you. They encourage you to remain open, faithful, and attentive to the subtle ways the divine works in your life. So the next time you see a repeated number sequence, pause and take it as a sign. It's a gentle message from the heavens, affirming that you are never alone and that God's love and the guidance of His angels are always with you. Dreams and visions. Have you ever woken from a dream that felt so vivid, so peaceful, or so deeply comforting that it stayed with you long after you opened your eyes? Perhaps you received clarity on a decision you were wrestling with, or felt an unexplainable sense of peace wash over you. Dreams like these are often believed to be more than mere products of the subconscious. They can be angelic visitations, moments where God's messengers reach out to guide, comfort, and reassure us. Angels are spiritual beings who serve as intermediaries between heaven and earth. Because they exist outside the physical world, they often communicate with us in ways that transcend the ordinary, through dreams and visions. The stillness of the night provides a unique opportunity for such encounters. When our minds are at rest and the distractions of daily life fade away, we become more open to receiving divine messages. Dreams are one of the most profound and intimate ways angels connect with us, delivering insights, comfort, or even a sense of divine presence. These dreams are often marked by their clarity and emotional resonance. Unlike ordinary dreams, which can be fragmented or confusing, angelic dreams carry a sense of peace and purpose. You might dream of a glowing figure offering reassurance, hear a voice speaking words of encouragement, or see symbols that bring clarity to a challenge you're facing. Even if the details of the dream fade over time, the feeling it leaves behind, a sense of being loved, guided, and supported, lingers in your heart. The Bible is filled with examples of angelic messages delivered through dreams. Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus, was visited by an angel in a dream, not once, but multiple times, receiving guidance that changed the course of his life. These stories remind us that God uses dreams as a powerful tool for communication, and angels are often His chosen messengers. One of the most remarkable aspects of angelic dreams is their ability to provide answers or direction when we most need them. Imagine wrestling with a difficult decision, feeling lost or unsure of your next step. Then in a dream, an image, a phrase, or a presence brings clarity and reassurance. It's as if the angels are saying, "We see your struggles. You are not alone. Trust in God's plan." These moments are deeply personal, tailored to the unique concerns and prayers of your heart. Visions, too, can serve as a conduit for angelic messages. Unlike dreams, which occur during sleep, visions can happen when you're awake, during prayer, meditation, or moments of quiet reflection. They may come as fleeting images, vivid and otherworldly, or as a sudden sense of knowing that feels divinely inspired. Both dreams and visions remind us that the veil between heaven and earth is thinner than we often realize. If you've ever experienced a dream or vision that felt sacred, take time to reflect on its meaning. Pray for understanding and ask God to help you discern its message. These moments are gifts, reminders that you are never far from the love and guidance of heaven. Angels, ever watchful and faithful, work tirelessly to bring us closer to God, even in the quiet, mysterious stillness of night. So when a dream leaves your soul stirred and your heart at peace, embrace it as a sign that you are seen, loved, and guided by the divine. Finding coins in odd places. Have you ever been walking through your day, feeling the weight of life's challenges, when you suddenly notice a coin in an unexpected place? Perhaps it's lying on the sidewalk where you wouldn't expect to find one, sitting neatly on your desk at just the right moment, or even appearing in your car or home without explanation. For many, these small discoveries, often called pennies from heaven, hold a profound spiritual significance. They are believed to be subtle yet powerful messages from angels, a tangible sign of their presence and God's love. Finding a coin in such an odd place might seem ordinary to some, but for those who believe in the gentle workings of the divine, it can feel deeply meaningful. Angels, as God's messengers, often use small everyday objects to remind us that they are near, watching over us and providing encouragement. Coins, with their association with value and abundance, are a fitting symbol for such a message. They serve as a quiet reassurance that, even in times of uncertainty, God's provision and care surround us. These moments often happen when we need them most. Imagine a day when you're feeling particularly overwhelmed, perhaps grappling with a difficult decision, a sense of loneliness, or financial worries. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, you spot a shiny coin in a place you wouldn't expect. It's as if the angels are whispering, "We see you. You're not alone. Trust in God's plan." Such a small token can lift your spirit, reminding you that you are loved and supported, even in the simplest of ways. The idea of pennies from heaven is rooted in the belief that God and His angels are deeply involved in our lives, even in the little details. Coins appearing in peculiar places can feel like a nudge to pay attention to the blessings around us, to shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. They remind us that God's love is infinite, and His resources are boundless, even when we might feel as though we're lacking. For some, finding a coin is also a personal connection to loved ones who have passed on. Many believe that angels may use these moments to convey messages of comfort from those in heaven, reminding us that love transcends physical separation. Whether the coin carries a date that holds special meaning or simply arrives at a moment when we need reassurance, it becomes a symbol of divine care and connection. It's not just about the coin itself, but the feeling it brings, a sense of being noticed and cared for by forces greater than ourselves. If you've ever experienced this phenomenon, take a moment to reflect. What were you thinking or feeling when the coin appeared? Were you praying for guidance, longing for reassurance, or simply in need of a reminder that you are not alone? These small tokens are a gentle invitation to trust in the divine, to believe that God's angels are walking with you every step of the way. So the next time you find a coin in an unexpected place, don't dismiss it as mere chance. Pick it up, hold it in your hand, and let it remind you of the abundance of God's provision and the constant presence of His angels. It's a simple yet profound message, a little piece of heaven touching earth to let you know that you are seen, cherished, and never alone. Hearing unexplained, comforting sounds. Have you ever been alone, perhaps in a quiet moment of reflection, when you suddenly hear something that feels out of place yet deeply comforting? It might be a soft whisper, a faint voice calling your name, or even the sound of ethereal music drifting through the air. You pause, look around, but there's no clear source for the sound. It's as though the air itself carried a message just for you. Many believe these unexplained yet calming sounds are a way angels communicate, offering guidance, reassurance, and peace during times when we need it most. Angels, as spiritual beings, often work in ways that transcend the physical world. They don't need to rely on the same forms of communication we do. Instead, they use subtle, almost imperceptible means to let us know they are near, and sound is one of their most powerful tools. Unlike ordinary noises, these angelic sounds have a distinct quality. They evoke peace, calm, or a profound sense of being loved and supported. One common form of this angelic communication is a whisper. Imagine you're struggling with a difficult decision or feeling overwhelmed by life's burdens, and in that quiet moment, you hear a gentle voice in your ear. It may not be words you can clearly understand, but the tone carries a sense of comfort and reassurance, as if to say, "You're not alone, everything will be okay." Such moments often leave a lasting impression, filling your heart with a sense of divine presence. Celestial music is another way angels make their presence known. This isn't the kind of music you hear on the radio or in everyday life. It's something otherworldly, soft and soothing, often described as a symphony of delicate harmonies that resonate deeply within the soul. People who have experienced this phenomenon often say it feels as though heaven itself is reaching out to them, bringing a sense of peace that words cannot fully describe. This kind of music might come during prayer, meditation, or even in times of distress, providing a moment of serenity and connection to the divine. Sometimes these sounds might manifest as a faint calling of your name, gently breaking through the noise of daily life. This can be particularly striking when you're feeling lost or unsure of your path. It's as if the angels are gently reminding you of your worth and purpose, pulling your attention back to the divine guidance that is always present. What sets these experiences apart from ordinary sounds is their emotional impact. Unlike the clatter of daily life, angelic sounds carry a sense of calm and love that lingers long after the sound fades. They often appear at pivotal moments, times of doubt, sorrow, or significant decision-making, serving as a gentle reminder that you are surrounded by divine care. If you've ever heard such sounds, consider what you were feeling or thinking in that moment. Were you praying, seeking answers, or simply needing reassurance? These unexplained noises are more than coincidences. They are sacred messages meant to uplift and guide you. Angels are ever present, working quietly and subtly to remind us of God's infinite love and support. The next time you hear a sound that feels like it's meant just for you, a whisper, a faint melody, or a calming voice, pause and reflect. Take it as a sign that you are not walking through life alone. Your angels are near, watching over you and gently guiding you through the uncertainties of life. These divine sounds are a gift, a reminder that heaven is always closer than we realize. Animals acting unusually around you. Have you ever noticed an animal behaving in a way that felt out of the ordinary, like a bird lingering near you longer than expected, a butterfly gracefully circling you, or your pet staring at something unseen, as if drawn to an invisible presence? Such moments can feel both mysterious and comforting, as though something beyond the physical world is at play. Many believe that animals, with their heightened sensitivity to energies, can sense the presence of angels and even act as intermediaries for divine messages. Animals are deeply attuned to the world around them in ways that humans often are not. While we rely on sight and sound, animals use their instincts and sensitivity to detect changes in their environment, including spiritual energies. Because angels are beings of light and energy, their presence may resonate with animals on a level we cannot perceive. When animals act unusually calm, attentive, or affectionate, it's often interpreted as a sign that angels are near, using these creatures to offer us reassurance, peace, or encouragement. Consider the gentle persistence of a butterfly that seems to follow you during a walk in the park. This delicate creature might land on your shoulder or hover near your hand, making you pause and smile. In spiritual traditions, butterflies are often seen as symbols of transformation, hope, and connection to the divine. An encounter like this can feel like a reminder that you are not alone, that you are being watched over, and that everything will unfold in God's perfect timing. Birds too have a long history of being associated with spiritual messages. A bird sitting unusually close to you, chirping in a distinct way, or even appearing at a significant moment can feel like a sign from above. Doves, in particular, are often seen as symbols of peace and the Holy Spirit. When a bird behaves unusually around you, it may be a gentle nudge from the angels to remain calm, trust in God's plan, and know that you are being cared for. Pets, our loyal companions, are another incredible channel through which we may sense the presence of angels. Have you ever noticed your dog or cat staring intently at a seemingly empty corner of the room, wagging their tail or purring with unusual contentment? Pets are known for their ability to sense emotions, but they may also pick up on the spiritual energies around us. If your pet suddenly becomes unusually affectionate or calm, it might be responding to the loving presence of angels nearby. Their behavior can serve as a reminder to slow down, trust, and feel the comfort of divine love. The beauty of these encounters lies in their simplicity. Angels often use the natural world, God's creation, to communicate with us, delivering subtle but meaningful messages through animals. These moments may not come with flashing lights or dramatic signs, but their quiet grace can touch our hearts in profound ways. If you experience an animal acting unusually around you, take it as a gentle invitation to reflect and be present. What were you feeling or thinking when it happened? Were you seeking guidance, comfort, or reassurance? These interactions remind us of the interconnectedness of all creation and the ways God uses His creatures to bring us closer to Him. The next time a bird sings a little louder, a butterfly dances near you, or your pet offers unexpected comfort, embrace it as a sacred moment. It's a reminder that the angels are always near, working through the natural world to show us love, peace, and the unending presence of God. In those quiet, extraordinary encounters, we are reminded that heaven often touches earth in ways that are as simple as they are profound. A sense of peace during chaos. In the middle of life's storms, when everything feels like it's falling apart and the chaos seems too much to bear, have you ever experienced an unexpected moment of calm? A peace so profound that it feels as though time slows down. Your burdens momentarily lighten and your heart is filled with reassurance. This sense of tranquility amidst turmoil isn't mere coincidence. Many believe it's a sign of angelic intervention, a divine reminder that you are not alone and that God's protection is always with you. Life has a way of testing us, often in ways we least expect. Perhaps it's a sudden financial hardship, a health crisis, or the emotional strain of a broken relationship. In such moments, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, frightened, and unsure of the future. Yet, it is often in the very heart of these trials that angels make their presence known. They come quietly, not to remove the challenges, but to help you face them with strength and courage. This intervention often manifests as a sudden, inexplicable sense of peace. Imagine standing in the middle of a crowded, noisy room where the weight of the world feels heavy on your shoulders, and then, as if by magic, everything stills. You take a deep breath, and for a moment the chaos fades. This feeling isn't something you conjure on your own. It arrives unbidden, like a gentle embrace from an unseen hand. It's a message from the angels whispering, "You are safe. You are loved. You will get through this." The Bible often speaks of peace that surpasses understanding, a divine calm that cannot be explained by earthly logic. Angels, as God's messengers, carry this peace to us. Their purpose is to remind us of God's infinite love and protection, even when life feels uncertain. This peace doesn't mean the challenges disappear. Instead, it gives you the strength to navigate them with grace, knowing you are supported by a power far greater than yourself. You might notice this sense of peace during prayer, meditation, or even in moments when you're not actively seeking it. It could come in the form of a sudden thought that brings clarity, a warm sensation in your chest, or a wave of calm that steadies your emotions. These moments are sacred, a testament to the angels' constant presence and their tireless efforts to guide and protect you. This peace also serves as a gentle reminder to trust in God's plan, even when it's hard to see the bigger picture. Just as a storm eventually passes, so too will your trials. The angel's presence is a sign that you're not walking through the darkness alone. They're right there beside you, helping you find your way back to light. When you experience this kind of peace, embrace it as a gift. Take a moment to breathe deeply and allow the calm to settle within you. Reflect on the message it carries, that you are loved, cherished, and divinely protected. Even in your hardest moments, God's angels are working quietly to bring you comfort and remind you of His unending care. So the next time you feel an unexpected wave of peace in the midst of chaos, know that it's more than just a fleeting feeling. It's a profound sign of angelic intervention, a divine assurance that you are being held in the arms of grace, no matter how fierce the storm around you may be. Witnessing miracles or unexplainable events. There are moments in life when something extraordinary happens, something so unlikely, so beyond what we could have imagined, that it feels like a glimpse into the divine. Maybe you narrowly avoid an accident just in time to save yourself, or you receive help from a stranger at the exact moment you needed it most. In such instances, you might find yourself wondering if it was mere chance or something greater at work. For many, these miraculous events are seen as signs of angelic intervention, moments when the presence of God's messengers becomes tangible in our everyday lives. Miracles, by their very nature, defy logic. They challenge our understanding of how the world works, offering us a sense of awe and wonder that words can barely capture. These aren't necessarily grand, dramatic events like walking on water or parting seas, but they are everyday occurrences that stand out because they feel deeply personal and significant. It could be something as simple as feeling an overwhelming sense of hope, right when you're on the edge of despair, or experiencing a sudden, unexpected shift in circumstances that leads to a positive outcome. Perhaps you've been driving down the road when something unexpected happens. A car swerves into your lane, and for a split second, it seems like a collision is inevitable. But then somehow you're able to maneuver your vehicle just in time, avoiding a disaster. The timing seems impossible, as if some unseen force intervened on your behalf. For those who believe in angels, this is a moment where divine protection becomes clear. It's as though the angels were guiding you, leading you safely through a situation you couldn't have controlled on your own. Or maybe you've been facing a particularly tough season in your life, when it feels like hope is slipping away. You're struggling with doubts, overwhelmed by challenges, and then, out of nowhere, a small act of kindness or a word of encouragement comes your way. It might be a message from a friend, a stranger offering help, or an unexpected blessing that arrives just when you need it. These moments often feel like a divine reminder that you are not forgotten, that God's love is working through the people around you, and that His angels are tirelessly at work on your behalf. Miracles can also take the form of a sudden change in perspective, a feeling of peace in the middle of turmoil, or a deep, unexplainable sense of hope when all seems lost. These are the moments when we realize that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. They are reminders that God's power isn't confined to the past or to distant places, but is at work in our lives every single day. The angels are His messengers, bringing us reassurance, guidance and protection, often in ways that leave us awestruck. While we may not always see the angels with our eyes, their influence is often felt in the most miraculous of ways. These events, no matter how small or large, are gentle nudges that remind us of God's loving presence in our lives. They point us back to His eternal power and to the angels who serve as His instruments, guiding us through life's challenges and showing us that we are never alone. So the next time something miraculous happens, whether it's a narrow escape, a moment of unexpected joy, or a divine message, pause and take a moment to reflect. Recognize that these are not mere coincidences, but glimpses of the divine working in your life. They are signs that the angels are near, ready to guide, protect, and remind you of the love that surrounds you always. Closing message. My dear brothers and sisters, God's love knows no bounds, and His angels are a reflection of His care for us. By being open to these signs, we allow ourselves to experience the divine in our everyday lives. Remember, angels are not to be worshipped. They are servants of the Almighty, guiding us closer to Him. If you've experienced any of these signs, take it as a reminder that God is with you and His messengers are watching over you. Let us give thanks for this divine protection and continue to seek His presence in all that we do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more messages of faith and inspiration. May God's peace and the comfort of His angels surround you always. Amen.